focus on the FMCG space, where there's a raging debate about demand slowdown concerns. From the sidelines of the CII FMCG Summit, Sudhir Sitapati, the Managing Director and CEO of Godrej Consumer Products, spoke about their mid-quarter update. Remember, it was this mid-quarter update that led to a 9% slam dunk on the stock. So he discussed this and spoke about the outlook ahead. Take a look.
I think we had some unusual events in October and November, and I think in the interest of transparency, which we think are transitory seasonal events, but we place transparency at a high premium, so in the interest of transparency we gave it.
And you believe that this is transitory because, you know, the previous quarter as well, one thought that this may not last for very long. You think this is transitory and it's going to come back? How soon?
Well, it is certainly transitory because bulk of the issue has to do with the increase in oil prices, which a lot of industries are facing. Palm oil prices are up 50% in the last 6 months, and soaps uses a lot of palm oil. So margins get affected when palm oil prices go up. When you take up consumer prices, volumes fall. But these are things we've seen before. I mean, we've seen different palm cycles before. We're in the middle of a highly inflationary palm cycle.
So what I wanted to understand from you is that how much of that is just palm cycle led and how much of that is maybe, you know, some channel inventory correction as well as compared to your peers?
I don't think it is channel inventory at all. I think bulk of it is for two reasons, as we mentioned in our note. One is palm oil prices, and two is in October and November, there's been a weak season for household insecticides. It's been a very hot October and November. Right. And normally insecticide sells when it cools down, and that is now happening in December. So it is large. Both these are transitory issues.
All right, let's talk about, you know, the business in the second half itself, moving beyond the third quarter. You had said that, you know, earlier, post your second quarter numbers, you're targeting at least high single digit sort of volume growth come by in the second half. That hasn't happened in the third quarter so far. So what are you expecting for the fourth quarter?
I hope so. I'm saying the last 5-6 quarters we've been doing it. And since our diagnosis is the issue is transitory, we should go back to our growth trajectory. There might be a little bit of issue in the soaps for a few more months, but broadly speaking, we expect things to improve.
What does that do to your margins? Because, you know, 25 to 27% is what you do in India typically. You had put that on a downside risk for the next few quarters. How much lower can they go before they start to recover?
I don't know, because it depends a lot on oil prices at the end of the day, Mangalam. This is oil prices are very high in India. It's a double whammy where the international oil prices have gone up. There's an import duty on oil. The combination of the two is oil. But look, what we do is always right for consumer. We're not in this for a quarter or 2 quarters. We're in this for many decades, at least, you know. So we are going to do what is right for consumers. We know that these are cyclical. I mean, there are always cyclical issues in business. This seems like one of those.
When we speak to you, we speak through you for the industry as well, right? Now, so because there has been an impact in the soaps volume for your company, do you think that has been an industry level disruption as well? And in that, you've done better than the others?
I don't know. I think it's too soon to say. We saw that our October and November weren't on plan on soaps and household insecticide, and we felt it was correcting to tell the market that.
What about, you know, the international business, things on track? Because the street is now looking for growth levers. Earlier, it was some stability that we would see in Indonesia that has come about. Africa, you know, with the disruption or with the kind of restructuring that you had done, now the street believes that that will be back on track as well.
I mean, broadly, things are all right, Mangalam. I think as a company, strategically, it's all right. India is generally facing a little bit of consumption pressure, but nothing that we've not seen before. And, you know, we're not unduly worried about any of that.
And by when do you expect urban to come back?
Urban for us has roughly been where it is for us. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, commentary on urban slowdown, which for us, urban is roughly where it is. Rural is doing better than what it was.